Alright guys, January 18, just after noon. I went and bought wood from Home Depot, but it rained last night and this morning, so I put everything inside the truck, and it's supposed to not rain now the rest of the day, although it looks like it could. It's supposed to rain tomorrow a little bit, which they just added that to the forecast. Wasn't on there this morning even. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to take this board off, see how that concrete's looking, bring in some of that, bring that wood in, and maybe get started on the shelving and stuff like that. See what I can get done. All right, let's get to work. I took this off. I really like the way it turned out this last time. There's a little bit of a separation right here, but there's almost not even a line on this one. So I guess me leaving this form up here and not taking it off and then putting the next round, this stuff didn't quite dry, so it allowed this to kind of smash down into it and not have as much of a line. Anyway, I'm hoping I have time tonight. I want to let this dry a little bit today, be exposed to the air while I'm working here. And then I just might be able to take this insulation out and fill this to the top, let it set up overnight, and then the wall will be done. We can take it off tomorrow. Alright guys, I've been doing the shelving there at the end of the closet and then the bathroom area, and I really haven't shown myself doing much. I don't know why. I've kind of had a system down. So I thought I'd take you through step by step one time what I'm doing, so you kind of see what I'm doing. And then after that, it's probably not so exciting. So, here we go. I put the bottom shelves, I'll show you in there. Their tallest ones, I think I did started out at 15 inches, and then every shelf up, I've been shrinking it by about an inch. And I'm at 12 inches now. The one saw that I don't have that would probably make this better, but it's not a huge deal to me because I think it's turning out okay. Is a chop saw, like a boom. It would make this straight and much better, but I've been just doing it with this. And I'm staying fairly straight. I basically take the jigsaw and just try to make my saw go right down the middle of the line. Next step is I'm coming over here and cutting them to size. They're all going to the same size now. And I've been saving all these little pieces. I think we're going to be able to do some fun stuff with them. I don't know. I've got a whole variety of stuff over here, but I think they're going to make cool little trim pieces for something. We can create something at some point. Alright, so I take these. I already had one done. Alright, so what I did was I made this like a 15-incher for detergent and bigger things. Next one up is 14 inches, then 13 inches, and now I'm doing a 12-incher. And then I'm probably going to go a little bit smaller for this higher up. I bought some small trim instead of putting drywall on these. I thought I'd just go ahead and trim this out. So these are going up and staying on the 2x4s. I will have one piece up here at the top, unfortunately, but I did not want to buy longer ones, and I thought by the time it gets up that tall, we're not looking anyway that far up, so I don't think it's going to look terrible. So the next step is I do side pieces, and now that I'm cutting them all, instead of them sticking out wide down here at the bottom for the bigger stuff, now I'm making them all come like exactly even. So it makes it a little bit easier now. I don't have to measure every single thing and make sure it's matching on the other side because I'm just keeping them all even with the trim. I'm trying to do as high as I can here and low here, and then I'm nailing, when I'm putting the pieces that go across here, I'm nailing in, so you're not seeing any of the nails for these. Trying to be a little bit like that, you know, keeping it clean looking as much as possible. And I do plan on taking like some filler, probably just caulking with silicone that's white, and fill in every gap and just make it look like one solid piece, just like I did on the trim around the windows outside. I really like the way that turned out. So I'm using my 16 gauge nail gun, using the exact same 1 1/4 inch nails that I used on the trim on the outside. I think it should do well. I flip these around to see which is the sides I don't like so much. Some of them I just don't have a choice. They're not always great looking, but... Oh no, I don't want that. Never mind. I saw something last minute. There's a sticker on the backs of these. So those are the back sides, so you don't want that facing out. This is the trickiest one on this end because I don't have trim over here. And I usually take my measuring tape and measure this sticking out, or I take this piece here and just stick it up, and it's fairly even. There's a little bit of a problem actually, and I might have to do a little shimming to bring this to make it work. This here, when I put it like this, it will fit fairly even, but the reason, I mean, once I nail it, it's going to pull in like this because there's a little bow here. This is sticking out further than this piece. So when you nail here, it's going to pull in, and I don't like that. And then when I nail on this end, it can pull it back out, which that might be good if I can keep it like that. We'll see how it turns out, but when I play around with it, I may have to put a little bit of shim behind there because I want this to come out exactly even with this. Alright, so that's what I've been doing. And then I just measure these pieces here and do the next one and just keep working my way up, but that's all pretty much the same situation. And then on the back side will be drywall. So we'll have this washer and dryer is going here, bathtub's over here. We still gonna clean this. I'm waiting for Valentina to get out here. I said I could do it. I don't mind trying to figure it out and do it, but she said I'm supposed to do the more detailed work and stuff that might take extra time or whatever, and she'll do this when she can. So she's going to be off in a couple of days. We hope she can get out here and do it. All right, back to work. Just wanted to show you how that's all working out. Guys, I got a boogie, but I wanted to show you this, how it turned out. I don't think it turned out too bad. Obviously, I'm not a professional, but 15 inches, 14 inches, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. And then these I sort of split. This one up being 6 inches and something, and that one's 7 inches and something, so a little bit different. And it worked out that way because that's where that middle piece ended up have to be a second piece there. I hope once I caulk everything and fill it all in and smooth it out and then we paint it, I'm hoping it'll look like, you know, better, like one piece. So hopefully it turns out that way. I think it not bad for a DIY beginner guy though. Now I got a boogie because I really wanted to get this cement, this concrete thing done over here. I let it dry all day, and now I got to get this thing up to the top and also pull this insulation out so that I can feed down through the top. Well, I only got, I don't know, sun's getting close to going down. I probably got like a half an hour before it starts to feel dark. So let's get after it. All right, I went as fast as I could. I think I've got it filled all the way to the top. I mean, I made a whole load and it was just about perfect. And then it was like maybe an inch from the top, and I thought, do I just leave it and let it settle there, or do I go ahead and make more and take it all the way to the top? And I thought, well, hopefully if it's too much, we can remove it. I'd rather not have to add more later. So it's all the way up and flowing over almost. Like when I hit it with the hammer, it starts coming out. So I think I can't see very well because there's like junk all over my glasses and there's shadows. It's dark in here. I think I might need to get back up there and tighten the screws down a little bit. They look like they're slightly away from the... So I'll cinch that down, but I think it's pretty much done. Hey man, I got some stuff done today for starting at afternoon. I got all the shelves in and cement topped off, concrete topped off. Tomorrow when I come out here, I'll probably do a bunch of caulking around all of these shelves and then take this off and see what it looks like. We're getting there, guys. It's oh man, this wall's been taking a while, but hopefully Valia can figure out what she's going to do with that and smooth it out. I'm really looking forward. If it ends up turning out really awesome looking, I'm going to be so happy. It's almost 6 o'clock. It's getting dark and getting cold. I will see you guys the next time I'm out here, hopefully tomorrow. And we'll keep on getting this house done. Today was a good day. I feel like I got some good projects done. All right, we'll see you the next time out here. Good morning, everybody. It is January 19, 9:15. To give you perspective on something, Valentina and I ordered a bundle of appliances from Home Depot for Black Friday. It was literally, I think it was like a day or two after Thanksgiving. And we thought we would be ready for the appliances by January 21. Today's the 19th. We're not even close to ready for appliances. So anyway, I've moved that out to March 10. Luckily, I was able to move that and give us some space. I've accepted a bid on the drywall, which is supposed to probably happen this week. What we need to do before that can happen is we need to clean out all the space in here so the guys can move around freely. I poured that last night. I think I'm still going to leave it for the morning anyway. It hasn't had long enough to set up, in my opinion. I'm going to take that off today, though. And then the forms need to come off. And we need to finish this off. We don't necessarily need to finish it off, but it needs to be opened up enough so they can do their drywall where it all needs to go. And also, we need to clean all this tile and grout it and stuff. But most importantly, before they start, we need to grout everything at the top where drywall will hit. That's the most important part. But it'd be really good if we could get this done before they get here, because once they put that up, if we make a mess trying to clean this, it's going to get all over the drywall. So it'd be nice to have this stuff cleaned up and done. Then when they drywall, everything will still be out of the house, and we can paint with a sprayer. We just prep everything one day and then go through and spray. That would be my ideal, I think, situation. All right, so today I'm going to work on getting some stuff cleaned up. I also have some caulking / silicone that I'm going to fill in on these shelving things, I think. That's like really not a priority, but I feel like it's something that needs to be done. All right, guys, I bought a couple of tubes of caulking, and I didn't know it, but they were two different ones, even though they were in the same slot. And they looked similar enough, the packages looked similar enough, that I bought them, but they were, one was white, one is clear, and I would really rather have the white. For the purposes that I'm doing, this is paintable, and also white, which is the color everything's going to be. So what I'm doing is, probably, I've wondered, like, is there some way to do this that, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, like, 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 you know, like is better and more efficient, less messy. Probably. This is the way I've been doing it, is that my finger is the spreader. I know some, like cutting the end a particular way on the tube helps make it a certain size and angle, but I'm too lazy. I don't know. It just doesn't work out great for me that way. I still end up having to spread stuff, so I'd rather it just be cut bigger. I can squeeze more out. I can get just things done faster by spreading with my finger. So what I'm doing is I'm going around every crack and kind of go over the nails too, nail heads. And I'm using silicone caulking because that, I guess, is better by my research for wet areas and expansion and stuff like that, and contraction. And that way it helps make it look like a solid piece, kind of. I mean, obviously not perfectly, but it bonds everything together, seals it all together, and it just helps to make it look a little bit more like one piece. And at first I was keeping everything super cleaned up as I went along, but now I'm just filling in all the gaps, and then I'm going to go back over it with one of my Gorilla Towels. I was doing it before with the Gorilla Towel, but I'll just go over it with the Gorilla Cloth afterwards, so everything kind of dries up, and then I'll just scrape off the sides and make it all clean looking. Every once in a while I'm seeing spots that I missed that I didn't nail. That was funny. One down, well, I can't show you, but anyway, there's just random here and there that I missed with the nail gun. It's not going to make a difference because everything's now one piece basically. But all right, guys, I finished this shelf and the other one by the other bathroom, and I've let this dry for a little bit. So I'm just taking a crocodile cloth and just going over. This is dried a little bit now. I can feel like I can push on a little bit and just take stuff off. I don't want to take it off the seams, you know. Felt like instead of going over it at the time I was trying to keep up on it, was too much extra. It's funny how you just completely miss things. I completely just missed this spot here. One line. Sitting there looking right at it. Look how I'm working. And then while I was cleaning toward the bottom, I didn't put this on the bottom shelf. I missed a couple nails last night, as I said. I put those in. Cleaned all this. I didn't do like a super detailed job, but honestly, what it's looking like it does, it gives it a little bit of grain, the stuff that really dried up, and I'm not taking the time to really pull it off. I don't know. It looks fine. It just blends in. So, all right, we're going to go over and do the other side now. This whole job went actually a lot faster than I thought it would. When I first started, it was taking a while. I was like, oh man, one of those long, boring jobs. Not hard, just got to hit every seam. But I don't know, once I kind of got a flow, it went pretty fast. Maybe the whole job's taking about an hour. So I'm just getting this done. It wasn't necessary because the drywallers are going to come in and drywall everything and make a mess, and we'll paint this after the drywall's on. We'll probably just blast it with the drywall and paint it all the same color. But this will give it time to cure and dry and fill in. Kind of put all the tools away that this involved too and say this project is done. The project's not really done, but there's something I'm going to be doing after they're done drywalling. Alright, I think if I had to do this all over again, I would clean it while I'm doing it. Because I don't have the patience to detail clean stuff. However, I think in the long run it's going to turn out. You're going to see where I put right here. You'll see. You can see where I put it, but I went over and cleaned it a little bit, like briefly. What I think is going to happen, which, because this is already primed wood, and because we're painting everything white, and because the caulking that I put on is white, and it's paintable, I think it's all going to just blend in and you're not going to see much. There's going to be some little bit, but if Valentina sees it and says, yeah, I want to detail clean it even more, then that's her alley. So the other thing I was going to tell you guys is this is going to be a closet. I don't know if I've shown you this or not. These right here, these two guys here are going to be barn doors, and they're going to hang right here. Over here, we are going to, I'm going to box out this after the drywall's in. Box out to here and eat into the closet just a bit. I don't want to do much, but I'm going to do a little bit. Frame this all out like I just did those shelves and make this a library type thing. It'll have books going up through here. And we can put some other things too. The bed's going to be sitting here, headboard here. And so this person over here can have other things on there as well if they want, but it'll be mostly a library. Just books. This small little house, you got to look for every little nook and cranny that you can think of. And we may, after being in here for a minute, we may knock some drywall out and knock some spots out and put more of this kind of shelving if we find it practical and that it works well and that it's needed. It's a possibility. We're also going to, up here inside this closet, we were planning on putting some shelving up here on the back side to just house some stuff, but with these lights here you can't go in that spot, so maybe here and sides. Anyway, we'll create some, hopefully some creative and practical shelving inside the closet. The next task at hand is not something I'm gonna film or whatever, because it's just little stuff all day long. Basically what I'm gonna do is, I've already made one trip of a little bit of wood putting back over there, and I'm just gonna slowly clean up this place for the drywall guys and move this stuff out. Brennan and Nicole are coming to get these out and those out because those are theirs. Hey guys, I got the cement wall, concrete walls done up to the top now. Looks awesome. Valentina's off tomorrow. Hopefully she can finish this off. That'd be awesome. Alright, we're all the way to the top. Looks impressive. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just clean up and put stuff away where everything goes, which is all over the property, under the house, in the shed, on the wood, I actually took some bits and pieces over the firewood pile, and just stuff's going to get moved all around. So, alright guys, I've been cleaning up. I got all the paint and electricity out and all that or electric stuff out. Cleaned off this tarp that was under the concrete. This is all just cardboard, kind of concrete work stuff. This stuff's going to stay because we got more work to do. Brennan and Nicole still haven't come out today and taken this stuff out, but pretty much everything else is out. I wanted to show you, I took the forms off of this, and it's a little bit concerning. I've got one spot here at the bottom, here. Then I've got this whole section that just didn't get in the back. I mean, it looks like it's in there a couple inches in, it does, but here on the outside it didn't. And we got sort of the same thing right here a little bit. Here, a couple of little spots. We got this corner out here on this. So I'm hoping when we do the finish work that we can just take, because we're basically just going to use Portland cement, I think, and try to do a smooth finish. And hopefully when we mix it, we'll just shove some in here in these spots and it can set up, and hopefully that will work out all right. I don't know a lot about concrete. I was actually doing research last night, and it's saying that this stuff could crack when it gets hot. But when I was first researching, it didn't mention that. It just said use higher heat resistance, and I didn't know what really heat resistant was, but my research was saying just use extra strength and crack resistant. And so that's what I did, is I took crack resistant and extra strength and I mixed them together. And I put mesh in there for it to all hang on to, and then we mixed some Portland cement and stuff with it. And then I've got some bonding cement that I bonded some stuff together. And then I've got the sealer that helps to keep water from evaporating. I've touched on this stuff with you guys before already when I first bought it, but I think tomorrow we can just... Valentina's off tomorrow, and I hope we can get this done. But anyway, we clean it really nicely and then do the final coat or whatever. And then if it sets up nicely and we like how it turns out, after it dries a couple days, then take the sealer and put it on it so water can't evaporate or escape. That's supposed to help too, so we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and I did some leaf blowing here. It's funny, I didn't do leaf blowing because there's no leaves, but I did take the leaf blower and I blew kind of all over the place to here and out the doors. So I'll probably do a little bit more leaf blowing right here, a little bit more blowing, try to consolidate it. And I got a broom and stuff, and I'll just kind of clean some of this mess up so we're not tripping on it. And then I got all the forms here, and I just throw all that over in the bone pile of my wood. Alright guys, about 4 o'clock, and I'm winding it up. Everything got cleaned up, and then I just helped Nicole and Bryn move their stuff out into the shed. All of a sudden we have a little bit more fill-in room in here. I've had their stuff in here for quite a while, and it doesn't take up that much room, but it took up enough that it's noticeable that it's not here now. I still got my doors and stuff in here, but I'll be out here while these guys are working, and I can, if they say, can I move stuff, I can just move it from one room to another. If they complete a room, and then I'll move it to the other room. And then also, if we get lucky and we can actually get this done tomorrow, I don't know if it's going to get done or not, but it's between this and bathroom, both need to get done. But if it gets done in a couple days, we could get this up on there and get this stuff out of here. Then all of a sudden I really start filling the room, and then I need to get rid of all this cardboard. When that gets out, then we'll really start filling the room. There's all kinds of little things there that I can get out of here. Alright guys, calling it a day. I will see you next time I'm out here, which is hopefully tomorrow.